Today, we'll explore how to best care for cucumbers from planting to harvest. Cucumbers typically thrive in garden beds from June to September, or even longer if you grow in greenhouse. Proper care significantly impacts the quantity and quality of your cucumber harvest, ensuring crisp and tasty fruits. With consistent care and smart practices, you can save hours of effort while enjoying healthy vegetables with minimal work. Let's get started.
What's this?
Cucumbers.
You should harvest them.
Yeah, definitely. Cucumbers are heat-loving plants that need plenty of warmth and light. The optimal temperature for their growth is between 23 to 30 degrees Celsius, 73 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, and 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, 59 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit per night. Low temperatures are a concern mainly in spring after planting or in autumn before end of season. If temperatures drop below 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, cucumber growth slows and leaves may wilt. At temperatures below 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit, plants can be damaged. Prolonged exposure to 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, 37 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit, for 3 days causes irreversible damage, with leaves turning pale, wilting, and the plant potentially rotting entirely. Young seedlings are especially vulnerable and may die completely during a single night of ground frost at -1 to 0 degrees Celsius, 30 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Damage from low temperatures shows as pale, yellowing or dropping leaves, or even leaf drying. Lower leaves may lose color and die off. Roots stop absorbing nutrition, leading to wilting of the entire plant, and growth slows or stops completely. In greenhouses, ensured doors are closed at night and ventilation is regulated. For outdoor beds, protect cucumbers at temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, with no woven fabric or polytunnel. I recommend using a thermometer that records minimum temperatures for better monitoring. Daytime temperatures above 33 degrees Celsius, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, or nighttime temperatures above 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, can harm cucumbers. High temperatures cause stress, reducing yield and fruit quality. During high temperatures, especially if plants lack sufficient water, leaves may wilt, drop, curl, or turn yellow. The plant reduces water loss to protect itself, which can disrupt photosynthesis. High temperatures and stress increase the proportion of male flowers, reducing fruit production. Heat also impairs pollen formation and viability, leading to flower drop and fewer fruits. Under water deficiency and high temperatures, cucumbers may become bitter due to the production of cucurbitacin, a compound causing bitterness. You can select and grow varieties bred to suppress or eliminate this trait, ensuring non-bitter cucumbers. During summer heat waves, help cucumbers by watering generously in the morning with lukewarm water, not cold, to ensure they have enough moisture before the hottest part of the day. Mulching the soil is essential and we'll cover that shortly. In greenhouses, ventilate intensively. At temperatures about 33 degrees Celsius, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, shade plants with a 50 to 70% shading net. On balconies or terraces, where container soil can exceed 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, place pots in partial shade and water generously daily. I recommend using a thermometer that records maximum temperatures. Cucumbers can be threatened by various pests that weaken plants and reduce yields. Slugs are a threat only to young seedlings, eating young leaves and stems. After planting, protect them. We've made a video on how to effectively combat slugs. Aphids primarily appear on the undersides of young leaves and tips, sucking sap, causing leaf curling, stunt growth, and spreading viral diseases. We have a detailed video on aphids. Spider mites, tiny mites living on the underside of leaves, form fine webs. By sucking sap, they cause yellow spots, marbling, or leaf yellowing. Severe infestations lead to leaf drop and no fruiting. Whiteflies, small white moth-like insects, weaken plants by sucking sap from leaves, causing yellowing. Their larvae feed on the underside of leaves, increasing the risk of mold. Thrips, a small, slender, yellow to black insect, often hidden on the underside of leaves, cause silvery spots and deformed leaves or flowers by sucking sap. They can spread viruses and are more common in greenhouses, favored by heat and high humidity. Regular plant checks, ideally daily, are key to prevention. Companion planting, for example marigolds, dill, basil or nasturtiums, can repel pests. Outdoors natural predators like ladybugs and lacewings help control pests, so support beneficial insects in your garden. In greenhouses, use yellow sticky traps for whiteflies and aphids or blue traps for thrips. For mild infestations, remove effective leaves or use natural sprays. I cover pest protection in detail in other videos. Cucumbers are most threatened by fungal diseases, but bacterial or viral infections can also occur. These diseases spread through air, water, tools, soil, or contact. Downy mildew is the most common fungal disease of cucumbers, especially in humid weather, both outdoors and in greenhouses. It appears as light green to yellow spots on the upper side of leaves that turn brown with a grayish-purple coating on the underside. Leaves dry out, the plant weakens, and severe infestations can kill it. It spreads during rain or when watering leaves. I covered downy mildew in detail in a separate video. Powder mildew is a fungal disease common in greenhouses or during warm, dry weather outdoors. It looks like white powdery spots on leaves and stems, spreading and causing yellowing or leaf drop. Weakened plants produce fewer, often deformed fruits. We have a comprehensive video on powdery mildew. Cucumber mosaic virus is a viral disease common in warm, humid summers, spread mainly by aphids or mechanically through tools. It causes light green or yellow spots, leaf deformation, curling, or mosaic pattern. Fruits are small, deformed, with uneven surfaces. Infected plants produce few fruits and often die. Prevention is critical. Healthy plants and proper care reduce risks. Act quickly with appropriate fungicides if infection occurs. Regularly inspect plants, remove effective leaves, and dispose of them away from compost. Avoid watering leaves and ensure good air circulation around plants. I covered disease protection in another video. For cucumbers to produce fruit, flowers must be pollinated. Cucumbers have male and female flowers. Male flowers provide pollen, which must be transferred to female flowers, indifferentiable by a small cucumber behind them, which develops into fruit upon successful pollination. In nature, insects like bees handle pollination. In areas with few pollinators, such as greenhouses, plant parthenocarpic varieties that don't require male flower pollen or pollinators. Another option is hand pollination. Insufficient pollination leads to yellowing and dropping of small cucumbers. We're preparing a video on this topic. Cucumbers are highly water demanding as they consist of 96% water, but overwatering can lead to fungal diseases or root rot. One plant needs approximately 5 to 10 liters of water per week, depending on weather and growth stage. My recommendations for watering cucumbers. Water ideally in the morning with a room temperature water, ideally with rainwater. Avoid watering on direct sunlight or even in the evening, so that the leaves can quickly dry. This will prevent the spread of fungal diseases. Water at the roots, not on leaves, to prevent downy mildew. Water regularly, but less frequently, ideally 2 to 5 times a week, depending on the weather and plant needs. Adjust watering to conditions, more in heat and drought, less after rain. For hand watering, use 2 to 5 liters per plant 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the plant size and the weather. Drip irrigation is ideal for cucumbers, keeping soil moist without wetting leaves. After planting, water regularly to help seedling establish roots. Keep soil slightly moist, not waterlogged, to avoid root rot. Use 1 to 2 liters per plant twice a week. During growth and fruit production, cucumbers need the most water, especially in July and August. Increase to 3 to 5 liters per plant 2 to 3 times a week or daily in heat to prevent soil from drying out. During fruit ripening, maintain consistent moisture to prevent bitter or cracking fruits. Slightly reduce watering, for example 2 to 3 liters twice a week in cooler weather, but avoid sudden fluctuations. In outdoor beds, account for rainfall, especially with automated irrigation. In greenhouses or under roof overhangs, water more as rain doesn't reach them. In containers on balconies or terraces, water more frequently, ideally 1 to 2 times daily in heat, depending on container size, as potting soil dries out quickly. Check plants regularly for clear signs of water deficiency. Dropping leaves or plant tips in afternoon heat are normal, but if they don't recover by evening, water is needed. Yellowing or dropping small cucumbers may signal insufficient or uneven watering, as water deficiency hinders nutrition uptake, including calcium and potassium. Sudden overwatering after drought can cause fruit cracking or drying. Slow growth or small, bitter fruits indicate long-term water deficiency. A moisture meter is useful, but as a Petr told me, the best method is to stick a finger 3 to 5 centimeters, 1 to 2 inches into the soil. If it's dry, water more. I prefer hand watering, which allows me to monitor plant condition and combine it with other care tasks. The right growing method significantly simplifies care and boosts yields. I recommend growing cucumbers on a single main stem with vertical support. This improves air circulation, reduces fungal risk, simplifies harvesting, and saves space. For pickling cucumbers in beds, you can let them trail on the ground, but I still recommend vertical growing. This method involves simple steps, mainly pinching of side shoots. We have a separate video on how to properly tie and pinch cucumbers. Cucumbers grown vertically need support at planting or when they reach 20 to 30 centimeters, 8 to 12 inches. Tying them to nets, metal spirals or strings keeps plants upright, prevents breakage, and eases access to fruits. Covering like greenhouses, polytunnels, or roof overhangs protect cucumbers from rain and reduce fungal risks. Growing under pergolas or in containers on balconies is great, but ensure enough sunlight and more frequent watering. Greenhouses are ideal for large varieties, especially bar plus cucumbers, needing stable temperatures and around 70% humidity. Mulching the soil under cucumbers improves growing conditions and simplifies care. A sufficient mulch layer keeps soil moist, protects against temperature fluctuations, and suppresses weeds. It also prevents fruits from touching the soil, reducing rot and dirt. Mulch is ideal for no-dig gardening and naturally enriches the soil. I recommend a 5 to 10 centimeters, 2 to 4 inches layer of compost. Straw, hay, or other organic materials work too. Black non-woven fabric can also be used to warm the soil and speed up growth. Cucumbers are nutrient-hungry and rank among high-demand crops. They need nitrogen for leaf growth, phosphorus for roots and flowers, and potassium for quality fruits. Proper fertilizing boosts plant resilience and supports abundant yields. Avoid over-fertilizing with nitrogen, as it leads to excessive leaf growth at the expense of fruits and attracts pests. The goal is to ensure sufficient nutrition in the soil with a balanced NPK, nitrogen-phosphorus-potassium ratio. The optimal soil pH for cucumbers is 6 to 7. Overly acidic soil below 6 can limit nutrition uptake. I recommend applying a 5 to 10 centimeters, 2 to 4 inches layer of well-rotted compost in spring. You can prepare the bed differently, but consider your preparation method when deciding how to fertilize during the season. If the bed is well prepared, fertilizing at planting isn't necessary. For poorer soils, add a balanced fertilizer with an NPK ratio of 10-10-10 or organic fertilizer like granulated manure. Avoid fertilizing if planting in nutrient-rich substrates. I rely on compost from bed preparation and don't fertilize at planting. About 2 to 3 weeks after planting, when plants have rooted, apply the first fertilization to support leaf growth and overall vitality. Use a fertilizer with higher nitrogen, like an NPK ratio of 15:5:5. Options include compost, nettle slurry, granulated manure, poultry manure, or commercial nitrogen fertilizers. I don't fertilize at this stage, as I use a non-dig method, and compost from bed preparation provides sufficient nutrition. Once cucumbers start flowering and fruiting, usually from June, reduce nitrogen and increase potassium and phosphorus. This supports fruit ripening and quality, not just leaf growth. Potassium enhances flavor and fruit quality, while phosphorus boosts flowering. Choose mineral or universal fertilizers with an NPK ratio like 5-10-10. Look for fertilizers labeled for fruit and flower or general fruiting vegetables. With proper care, cucumbers can thrive in beds until August or longer. Fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks based on plant condition, typically twice, mid-June and mid-August. I prefer granule or liquid fertilizers applied with watering. In early August, you can add a compost layer to the bed, but it's not essential. For container growing, I use a garden substrate with nutrients for the first few weeks. I start fertilizing about 4 weeks after planting, using mineral or universal organic fertilizers suitable for fruiting vegetables. Yellowing or drying of small cucumbers is a common issue caused by factors like insufficient watering, poor pollination, or nutrient deficiencies. Cucumbers often lack nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, or magnesium, as they quickly deplete soil nutrients during intensive growth and fruiting. Nitrogen deficiency causes yellowing of older leaves from bottom to top as the plant redirects nitrogen to new shoots. Leaves are smaller, pale, growth slows, and flowers and fruits are sparse. Phosphorus deficiency leads to purplish or bluish leaf undersides, weak roots, limited flowering, and few small fruits. Overall growth is stunted. Potassium deficiency shows as a brown or yellow leaf edges, resembling scorching. Fruits are small, often bitter, and plants are more prone to fungi and drought. Magnesium deficiency causes yellowing between leaf veins, chlorosis, with veins staying green. It starts on older leaves and spreads upward. Growth is weak and fruits are smaller and less tasty. Calcium deficiency results in curled young leaves, weak, brittle stems, and irregularly shaped fruits or soft tips. Hi, I'm Marketa from Handilio, and I've been gardening for over 13 years. I share my experience in every video which Petr and I carefully prepare for you. With us, you'll grow your harvest effortlessly and without chemicals. No more trial and error, give it a try. If you are more interested in properly caring for cucumbers, check out our other video to find out which is the best way of growing cucumbers and how to force cucumbers to produce more fruit. So go check it out.